So what I am seeing so far for you, and I'm starting to see swords everywhere. And all these signs, I'm seeing swords, I'm seeing cups be thrown. I mean, it's just off the chain. But anyway, with the Ten of Swords, there is a release here that you guys are going through or going to go through in terms of the past. This is having some liberation. In this deck, it speaks of liberation from the past. This could also be an outdated way that you used to think of things. The way that you perceive things before are definitely starting to shift. And this could also be you surrendering to certain aspects that you never considered before. But for some of you, it could also symbolize some form of betrayal. So there's a lot with this card, but when we're talking about, what I just talked about this retrograde, this definitely makes total sense to me. Now, right alongside came the Judgment card. So the Judgment card speaks of forgiveness, and it also speaks about healing, and definitely, healing things from the past or bringing things into full circle or completion of the past. So what I am seeing is for a lot of you, this is past situations, past relationships, old mindsets that you had about relationships or just life period, and really just trying to release that. And for some of you, you're having a very difficult time in that. You are pursuing it, you are wanting it, but there is a lot of healing that needs to take place and is taking place. Healing is never easy. A lot of times people, because I do life coaching as well, so a lot of times people will say, well, I don't want to revisit the past. I don't want to feel those feelings. I just want to heal. But in healing, you have to be true to yourself, and you have to really feel the pain and, the discomfort that all of that embodies in order for you to release it. And it's just not healthy to keep it within, because it will fester and it will turn into resentment and anger. So for some of you, you are trying to really go with inside of yourself and say, okay, this is the past. I need to release it. I need to have a different mindset. I really want to move forward. And you're prompting healing for yourself. And for some of you, you're feeling some type of betrayal from the past, or even, in the present moment, maybe even for some of you. And you're really trying to get things back into balance. So I do see that there is a little bit of, struggle here. Now, what is crossing you here is the Lovers. All right. And so the Lovers has a lot with it as well. So we're talking about a love decision in most cases. So for some of you, there is a love decision that you need to make, or there is a love decision that you have made in the past, and maybe this is where you are having to release or forgive yourself from some decision that you made concerning a love decision, or this could be a decision that you need to make now. I am hearing for some of you that there is a decision between two different people, someone from your past and someone from your present, okay? And this is where you're having a lot of, because even with the Ten of Wands, that also speaks about decisions, and it could be just making the decision to move on from the past, making the decision to get over certain betrayals, or making the decision on a different mindset. But I'm seeing here decision. So for most of you, there's decisions you need to make concerning the past and possibly the present. So for some of you, however that resonates, but it's definitely something heavy on your mind at this point in time. And, you're definitely trying to find a way to move on from this and to get some healing and to get to a decision or get some clarity. Now, you are also considering the possibilities, okay? You're more mature when it comes to regulating at this point in time what your true passions are. And I think that is why you are having this overall energy, because now you are really thinking about what the possibilities are for yourself. And like I said, during this time, during this retrograde, you might be thinking, I used to think that this was the possibility for myself when it came to love or certain situations in my life. But now I am considering some other possibilities, some other opportunities. And so I need to change my mindset. I need to get rid of this old betrayal. I need to forgive certain situations. I definitely need to make a decision to either do that, or I need to make a decision so that I can play out these possibilities. So the best case scenario, or what needs to happen during this time, is temperance. There needs to be some balance here. There needs to be some positive, harmonious balance when it comes to a situation or your mindset. And I think that is where we're headed here. You are making some decisions. Now, in your past energy placement, there was wish fulfillment. So I'm feeling like there was someone that was in your life in the past, that was someone that really was your wish fulfillment. And, for some of you, you made certain decisions concerning that. And that might have led to betrayal, which is now causing you to need to ask yourself for some forgiveness, because you might feel like, well, why did I even go into that with that person? Or forgiveness towards this person. And for some of you, there might have been a situation where there was someone present where they were your wish fulfillment, but you may have missed the opportunity, and now you are struggling with the past decision that you made by not, embracing that situation. So there's a couple of things going on here. Now, in your near future, I'm seeing that you are definitely trying to manifest something. And with the Magician present, that is letting me know that you are definitely going to get the situations of betrayal, forgiveness, decision making. You're going to come to the conclusion through the temperance that's going to allow you to balance some things out mentally. And because you are considering the possibilities here, you are going to take the position of the Magician and really make some things happen. Now, the Knight of Wands right next to the Magician is letting me know that for some of you, you are definitely manifesting yourself to move past the energy of this slow energy of the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is like someone that does want to move forward in love, maybe make an offer, maybe step things up a notch, and become a little bit more committed, or maybe share your feelings about someone. But it's very slow motion. And so you're either manifesting your way out of this energy, if this has been you, and maybe because of this love decision, you've made the decision, but you haven't, in the present moment, you make the decision, but you haven't manifested it towards something. So in the near future, you're definitely going to press past that. For some of you, I feel like there is someone that you are interested in, and you are going to manifest something towards this slow moving individual. You're definitely thinking about doing something that will push this person into motion. And that's definitely a hard thing to do, because when you yourself are in that position, it might be because you're stuck from the past betrayal, the hurts, or just not knowing what you really want in terms of love. But it's even harder to try to manifest something towards someone that is slow moving. So, but you're definitely up for it, because you are in the King of Wands presently. So you have considered the possibility, and you're pretty enthusiastic about it. So I'm feeling like you are going to manifest something, but you're knowing that it's a slow moving situation. But that's okay for you, because you are willing to manifest something to get something going. Now, what I am seeing in the outcome for you here in the month of November, and again, this could flow into the month of December, you are definitely going to go through a complete transformation. And you're already seeing that now, because you are literally plucking the swords out of your back from all of the past, right? And you're definitely healing. So there is going to be some transformation that happens for you. And this is definitely going to be internal transformation. So with that, you are going to have hopes that you can get some mental clarity with the Ace of Swords, concerning some conflict. Now, this conflict, to me, based on what I've seen so far, is that this is mental conflict. All right. So you are hoping that you are going to get some mental clarity. And that's what you're wanting right now. I'm getting the feeling like you are definitely questioning how you feel about love. And you want to know, do I want to get my mind in the position to give love and to receive love? And if so, I've got to get some mental clarity, and I hope that I'll get the mental clarity that I need in order to do that. What I'm seeing also here is that you are almost fearing, though, of being too enthusiastic about it. So, you're hopeful to get that mental clarity over this mental conflict that you're having. And again, this could be conflict with a person, but from what I'm seeing, I feel like this is all a mental battle. But again, maybe for some of you, it is, trying to get some mental clarity over conflict of maybe someone from the past that was a wish fulfillment that didn't work out, and there was some betrayal, or you overlooked them. And maybe you're trying to get some mental clarity over that. But again, I am strongly feeling like this is mental. But you are also afraid to have some enthusiastic feelings about this. You're afraid to get your hopes up. And again, it's because of the past. Now, the outside influence is the Ten of Wands. So again, this is burdens. This might be burdens from other individuals that are placing on you. Maybe there are people that are pressuring you to get into a relationship. You know, sometimes when you're single for a long period of time, you have friends and family members that are like, oh God, you know, we're going to hook you up, or you need to start dating. So maybe you feel some burden from family members and friends. Maybe you're a little bit older now and you still haven't found the one. So there might be some burdens that you're carrying, and that's what's making you really think about where you're at with love and how you feel about love, and are you open. But for a lot of you, this again is that mental burden, you know, and this is the outside influence, and you're working on that, you know, but you're still going to have some residue because, you know, this isn't an overnight situation. So I do see some, you know, burdens here as outside influence. But the good news is that you do have the Ace of Coins here. Okay. And although, you know, we could look at this in terms of money, it also speaks about having some real spiritual abundance, mental nourishment. And so this could be you literally after all of the work that you've been putting in, because I do see that you do want some mental clarity here. I feel like this is going to be some spiritual abundance. And when I say spiritual, I'm saying that you working on yourself, anytime you are spending that time to see what it is that you want, to really be self-aware, that is a spiritual journey. You know, you're connecting with your spirit. And so this is spiritual abundance. And I mean, on top of that, you're also having the 9 of Coins. Okay, so again, this is double confirmation that this is independent success. This is, you know, discipline, self-mastery. This is having like full, you know, internal fulfillment. And this could also symbolize money. So for some of you, you know, maybe you are going to have some financial abundance through all of this, okay? But what I am seeing most importantly here is that you definitely are going to get it together when it comes to what you're passionate about, what your desires are. You are going to have some success internally first. And that's what you'll need before you even can consider getting into a relationship or restarting a relationship back again. Because, you know, if you're not healed, if you're not making sure that that old baggage, that old residue, and even if it's the same person, you know, if you guys decide to start again,